Hello there, lovelies. Tanya Luna Dantes streaming to you live from Freiburg, Germany. Today is my birthday, and so it's an extra special live for me and an extra special weather report on the Wavespell because I'm doing it on my birthday. And of course, if we notice, the start of the Wavespell happens to fall exactly on my birthday. So I just felt like really inspired to do this one because it's the start of a new 13-year cycle for me, which if you don't know about, I can share a little bit more about that later, or catch my Crystal Seed Year report, in which I share more about what it means, your 13-year cycles. So today I'm going to be talking about the Wavespell of the storm. Oh my gosh, it sounds so powerful, doesn't it? Every time I think about it or I speak about it, I'm like, oh my God, 13 years of the storm. What does that mean? What is that going to look like? It feels very stormy, doesn't it? So today we're starting on our 13-day cycle or Wavespell of the storm, Kawak in Mayan. And Kawak is a catalyst. It's a transformer. If you think about that storm, it takes all these elements, the precipitation, the electricity, and it's like it's just moving stuff. It's getting stuff in the ground, growing, giving it water. It's just moving all of those elements into different forms, catalyzing processes, transformation, getting things moving. It really just moves everything. So we're going to have a 13 days of things are going to get cleared out. Also, of course, it washes things away. It purifies it. It gets stuff ready for the next glyph, which is tomorrow. It's the sun. It's solar. It's a sun day. So tomorrow will be a lunar sun. Interesting, like polarity, right? So the Wavespell of the storm has the challenge of the sun, which is about unconditional love. So we're going to be having this challenge the next 13 days. And for those of you who are living a magnetic storm year, whose birthday is today, like me, or maybe your life sign is magnetic storm and your whole life, this applies to your whole life. Or if you're born on a different day, but today's your, in a different year, but today is your birthday as well, then it applies to you for this year like it does for me and for the next 13 years. And so basically the challenge of the storm is the sun, which, so it's really good at, let's take a look at that energy a little deeper. It's really good at, like moving stuff and clearing crap out and like getting things moving, but sometimes it has a hard time having like that kind of compassionate heart. So the sun is all about unconditional love. It doesn't care if it doesn't distinguish between one person and another. It shines for everyone. It doesn't hold grudges. It keeps shining every day. It just gives warmth to everyone. And it's that kind of unconditional and unlimited and very consistent kind of love and showing up that is sometimes a challenge for the storm energy, because it's like it's almost like bulldozers through anything that's in its way, and it's just moving right along, and it will just kind of bulldoze through it, and it doesn't it's not in that energy of like taking time to listen. Oh, well, do you want to be bulldozed through or not? It kind of just like goes through, and so that can be a challenge. People might set boundaries and be like, dude, like, hold on a second. And like, that'll be challenging for us to hold that kind of like, okay, I'm doing this, and movement energy, and that kind of really wide open heart, unconditional love, acceptance energy. And also one more thing I see is that when we get into that like storm energy, we kind of like don't take bullshit. We're like, it can easily be very like, well, I'm doing this, and like, so there's really no excuses why you can't be like also getting shit done, right? And the sun is really like a lot more compassionate and like can hold space, and not everyone's the same, and people are different, and like really just being in the love kind of thing, and that like divine love. And I'm also going to tag my good friend Julia, whose birthday is tomorrow, and so she's going to be a solar moon, a lunar sun for the whole year of 2017 to 2018. And so I'm going to just tag her. Okay, cool. So then the next day, the third day, so this would be Saturday or the 12th of August, then would be the day, the electric day of the Wavespell, the third day of the Wavespell, which is about service. So how are we going to be serving in this energy of the Wavespell of the storm? Is through birthing. It's, you know, this whole catalyst thing and like moving the process along is really going to help us clear stuff out and open space for that, the sun energy of like this divine love. Might be a little challenging, but still it's like that's what it's opening space for. And then the third is like really birthing that. And so we're serving through birthing something. So maybe it's a project for you. Maybe it's a literal birth of a child, of a human. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe it's your own self, like you're birthing this piece of yourself that hasn't been on this planet before, you haven't been embodying. Whatever it is, it's going to take nurturing. It's the dragon energy. So the third day, it's electric dragon. And dragon is that first animal. It's really like the iguana, imish, that the iguana that comes out of the lagoons. It's the first animal to step on land and to like really manifest on earth. That's coming out of the primordial waters of memory and the dream world and the symbol world. And it's really coming into this physical world. And basically it's going to need that nurturing, and it's going to also, it represents memory. So it represents our ancestral memories. So as we serve, we're going to have to remember who we are on a really like conscious level, instead of just like ego level of, oh, I am Tanya and I do this, but like, who are we as star beings kind of thing. And I'm really feeling it with my, yeah, I really feel that. So then the fourth day we have is the, I'm really feeling it with, with my, I love my new Melodia shirt. I'm like really in love with it. It makes me feel like I'm embodying my galactic self. It's like, lets me show it to the world. I'm feeling it. All right, so day 4, so that would be Sunday, the 13th of August, will be the fourth day of how do we give form to what we're bringing here in this storm wave spell. And it's through wind, which is the spirit, communication, breath, talking, speaking from our hearts, saying, sharing. This is why I'm going to be doing a lot of lives too, like challenging myself. And I'll get into a little bit more of where that energy should, the word should, but like would best be embodied from. But it's definitely about like communication, and yeah, it goes very well with the whole catalyzing these processes, like we're speaking, right? And then on the 5th day of the wave spell, which would be the Monday, I think it's the 14th. Yes, the 14th. It's the 5th day, which is it's always the 5th day is about how do I give, like, how do I be empowered about this? How do I command the energy? It's the overtone day. And it's actually, and this is what it's going to tell us. So we take our power from the wave spell, the storm, from a place of the dreams. It's the symbol, the glyph is of the night, of nighttime. And it's about dream world, intuition, the rich abundance of that dark, you know, that dream world, the nourishing, rich, dark world, the world of the night, and all it holds, the fantasies, the dreams, all of that. So we're coming to that speaking of the day earlier and giving form to our words from that space of that imagination. We're feeding our dreams and nourishing the energy of the dragon, the giving birth through that energy of the night. So all of that. And then I'm going to skip so day, basically day, I'm just going to go into a little bit. Next day, day 6, Tuesday, is the 15th, is about the seed. So it's about planting our intentions and really like being intentional and putting that seed in and watching it grow and blossom and mature. And go right into the next day, which is the 7th day, snake. So it's about what we're channeling in this energy of the storm wave spell. We're channeling snake kundalini energy. 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's on the 16th, which would be, I guess, next Wednesday. And so we're channeling, the snake energy is very in the body, and it's kundalini energy. It's the energy of the life force, of what wants to like move through the soft, our soft animal bodies. Like, it makes me think of that poem of the just let the soft animal of who you are love what it loves. That by I'll post it. I'll post the comment. It's like on the tip of my tongue, and then I get nervous and I can't think of names. So I'll post the poem. It's like an amazing poem. So we're like really coming from an embodied place, like being in our bodies, connected to our whole selves through the wisdom of our bodies. Day 8, the Thursday, the 1, 2, 3, the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th is the day of the galactic world bridger. So it's about harmonizing through letting stuff go that no longer serves us and surrendering. Friday, then the 18th, will be a solar day, which is like, so through this energy of the wave swell of the storm, we're pulsing, we're realizing stuff through the healing hand. It's a solar hand day. So everything we do, we're doing with that intention of healing and like really transmitting through our hands and into whatever we do, our heart energy, and like that holy intention of connection and seeing through the illusion of separation and bringing everyone together. Then we have the perfecting and improving and polishing energy of the planetary tone is through the stars. So anytime we want to improve anything that we're doing in this whole way, we're gonna do that through beauty and elegance. So like even simple things like how could I enhance this video I'm doing with this, or how can I, with what I'm wearing, with a little detail, with a little accessory, beautifying our spaces, our own lives, our own experience, just giving it that touch of art, and time is art. Finally, how are we going to release energy? So the opposite of the Wavespell kin is always how we're going to release. So since we have the storm, we have in its opposite always the moon, right? So it's always the opposite complementary. So the storm energy is all that movement, and the moon is the water, but it's like the still water. It's like the fluid, very silky water, emotions, and the feminine. And memory, remembering who we are and being here as a beacon to remember and reflect the memory of who we really are. And so we're going to be releasing anytime that storm energy just gets like too friggin' much for us, we're going to connect into that space of feeling and softness and that moon, and purifying our emotions, journaling, crying, like connecting in with our hearts, and maybe doing some dance and free dancing or a little dance break, or just really being more into that fluid space, and recognizing how we're feeling and how that feels and how that affects us and our desires and how that impacts our environment, all of that stuff. And the way we're going to be cooperating through this 13 cycle of the storm is through the dog, which is the energy of the heart and loyalty and soul families. So always, connecting. It's the crystal dog. It's about connecting through the heart, the loyalty, soul family. That sounds good to me. I'm like excited about that. I want to see how that's going to play out, because I love that the dog energy is like love manifested through the heart. So all the soul, soulmates, all of that kind of stuff that come along our path. And cooperating with them, the crystal tone. Finally, we have our last state of the Wavespell, which is the monkey. The monkey, the cosmic monkey. How can we just transcend through this whole cycle? How do we move beyond this whole thing? Like if we could just have one kin that shows us the way through the door, it's the monkey. The monkey is all about play, seeing through the illusion of this whole friggin' thing and just play, magic, illusion. So there you go. There's your 13-day Wavespell of the storm. And also, yeah, I want to hear, how's your storm? Tell me what you think, how it's going for you. Enjoy.